Well, ho, 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 everyone. And this is the Chuckwagon Cowboy Show, Ron Locke here. We're going to open up this episode with not one, but two of the Locke traditional holiday cookies that I've had ever since I was a wee little lad. So, what we're going to do for you is a fast-paced show. We're going to try to cram two fantastic recipes in for you, and we're going to make this one of the greatest holiday shows ever. Alright, so, alright, enough about me. Let's get in that kitchen and roll up our sleeves. So, let's roll the beginning. Happy holidays, everyone. This is Ron Locke from the Chuckwagon Cowboy Show, and welcome to my kitchen. And today we're going to go ahead and do not one but two of my family's favorite traditional cookies that I have had for years and years and years. Now, Mama was more the cook and not so much the baker in our family, so I'm going to give props to my sister for these particular recipes, and I've adapted them a little bit to my own, but she's the one that did more of the baking in our family growing up. And I remember many years of going over to her house and having all these different kinds of cookies, but the two I'm going to make for you today are two of my favorite ones that she always made for us when we were growing up. Alright, so what we're going to do for you, this is the first cookie recipe that I'm going to show y'all, is our country candy cane cookies. Alright, and these are going to be fantastic. So enough of me talking, let's get on with the ingredients, shall we? Alright, first off here I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Alright, then I have here a half a cup of powdered sugar. I've got here mixed up a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay, and I've got here 1 cup or 2 sticks of butter. And last but not least, the goodness of this cookie, or one of the goodnesses of this cookie, is I've got 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract and 1 teaspoon of peppermint schnapps. So yeah, we're going to jack these cookies up a little bit. Alright. Alright, so that's what we're going to be putting into a big bowl here, and we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Alright, here is our big bowl that we are going to go ahead and mix up our dough in for the cookies. Alright, so the first thing we're going to want to do is put in some of our more liquidy kind of things. Not as solid, alright? And what the meaning of that, we're going to cream them or mix them together first, and then we're going to add the drier ingredients second. You'll see what I'm talking about. So to go ahead and take your butter here and put that in your bowl. Now I've gone ahead and softened this butter up a little bit because it makes it a lot easier when you're using a hand mixer or even a creamer to go ahead and mix this together. So you're going to take your butter, you're going to take your powdered sugar, and you're going to take your salt and baking soda here. I'll take that back. We're going to let the salt and baking soda hold on for a minute. We're going to actually put in our peppermint schnapps and our almond extract. And we're going to add that in here. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to use my mixer here. We're just going to go ahead and lightly cream this together here. Okay? Like so. Alright. Alright, now we've got our butter and our sugar mixture here with that little almond extract and peppermint schnapps all kind of creamed together here. It looks really good, nice and fluffy, like so. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and add our salt and baking powder here. Add that in, and then we're going to just, what you want to do is lightly go ahead and add your flour, and you don't want to pour it all in at once. You pour this all in at once, you're going to have a cloud of just stuff going all over the place. So you just want to go ahead and add a little bit in and just keep creaming this stuff together. And what it's going to do is it's going to create a dough. So I'll show you what I'm talking about, and then we're going to cut to the end here when our dough is completely mixed. All right, so let me get started here. See what I'm doing? Just a little bit at a time. This way a camera can get it. Oh, maybe that's a little too much, but you get the idea. All right, we're going to keep doing this, and then I'm going to come back and show you this dough and its consistency. Alright everyone, we are done with getting our dough together here. This is the kind of consistency you want to have it look like. Alright, we're going to go ahead and chill this for about an hour. You want to have this a good firm dough because we're going to be rolling this out into finger-sized shapes and then kind of curving them like candy canes. I'll show you what that's going to all be about here. And while we're chilling this, we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to show you a quick frosting that we're going to be putting on top of the cookies that we're going to set aside and use a little bit later, alright? So let me get this in the refrigerator and we're going to be back with our frosting. Okay, we have got the dough in the refrigerator chilling now, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you this quick little easy buttercream recipe we got here that we're going to be putting on top of the finished candy cane cookies when they've cooled out of the oven. All right, we're not done yet. We got some great stuff that goes going on top of this cookies, I'll tell you. All right, we can do this two ways now. You can get yourself, you can make yourself your own home recipe of your buttercream frosting if you want to go to the trouble of having it completely homemade. All right, if you're a person that sometimes likes to speed things up a little bit but still have it taste fantastic, what you can go ahead and do is buy yourself a 12-ounce can of buttercream frosting in your local grocery store. It's a little easier. You just go ahead and take that can, put it into a medium-sized bowl like this. What we're going to do to jazz this up just a little bit, we're going to take a half a teaspoon of almond extract. All right, and I'm going to be precise here. Normally I would just throw it in, but for the show I'm going to show you, you should measure it out, especially if you're not real comfortable with cooking or have done this a lot. Just go ahead and add that in like that. All right, you just need a half a teaspoon. All right, what we're going to do is just mix this up real quick, and then that's it. What that's going to do is just give this a little bit more of an almondy flavor to match along with the almond and peppermint goodness of the cookies when those are done. And then we are going to actually put a little something extra hot on top of the frosting at the end of our cookie recipe for our country candy cane cookies. All right, that's it. That's all you do. Just stir it in there, and I'm going to tell you what, I bet this is good. Good. Yeehaw. All right, so we're going to just set this aside. We're letting our cookie dough chill, and we're coming back now with cookie number 2, and let's go ahead and do that right now. All right, we are back with cookie number 2. Cookie number 2, and that is another lock tradition that my sister made for us for years and years and years for all our family gatherings at the holidays. This one I adapted a little bit more myself. I've kind of made it my own. This is my perfect pecan dreams, all right? And so we're just going to get started with the ingredients here. We're kind of running short on time here. All right, so first off, I got here 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I've got here 2 cups of ground pecans. Now, if you ain't got the ground and you only got chopped or whole, you can just put them in a food processor and grind them up. Just get yourself 2 cups. So that's about a 10. I had chopped ones, and it was about a 10-ounce package, and that's about 2 cups. All right. So we've got here 2 sticks of butter. Okay, that comes out to about a cup there for you. All right. I've got here a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. I've got here a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and last but not least, to make these especially yeehaw good, I've got here a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla and 1 tablespoon of hazelnut liqueur. Yeehaw! These are going to be awesome cookies. All right. All right. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and cream together our 4 ingredients right here. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera because I already showed you on the candy cane recipe basically how you do that. So we're going to do that off camera to save some time. When we come back, we're going to add these 2, and I'm going to give God's given tools a little workout. So we're coming back. All right, y'all, here we are. We have gone ahead and creamed our ingredients here in stage 1 of stage 2. Now the fun begins. This is something you can have your kids actually help you out with if you want. Again, I normally wouldn't encourage kids to play with their food, but when they're in the kitchen helping out, sometimes it helps to get a little bit of stuff going on with your hands. So that's what we're going to be using is our hands, and we're going to be mixing up some of our 2 final ingredients here. We've got our flour, which we're going to go ahead and put in, like so. Okay. And lastly, we've got our chopped or crushed pecans here. Ground or crushed pecans. All right. Now you can do this 2 ways. All right. You can simply take a spatula or a spoon and just mix this all up. You can use a hand mixer to do this. But I'm going to tell you, my sister My sister, God love her, she, as my mama, if you see me on a lot of my other shows, we use our hands a lot. You know, the Locke family uses their hands a lot. Alright, so I like to make tradition, especially around the holidays, so for this particular recipe, I'm going to use my hands. You just get in here, like so. I'm going to show. Cameraman, can you see this? Alright, you just go ahead, and you're just going to mix it up like this, just like a meatloaf, alright? And get it all nice and mixed up. Now, you're asking, why am I doing it like this instead of just using a mixer or a spoon? Well, two reasons. Number one, because of all the fine ingredients, you really want to get everything mixed in well. And like I said, mixed, I mean crushed, okay? What's going to happen is if you use an electric mixer, yeah, it'll do the job, but half your stuff's going to be on the paddles. And you really want to have all your ingredients here. So that's what we do. Alright, so you're just going to go ahead like Play-Doh and just do what I'm doing here. It's fun, you know. Hey, Christmas is a time to have fun and be young at heart and all that good stuff. And so, you know, this just makes for a fun thing. Alright. I know some of you probably are going out there going, oh my God, that's horrible. But I'm going to tell you what, these are incredible cookies. And I don't know if the hand mixing or anything else in the process makes them that good, but the end result is a wonderful cookie. Alright, these are getting real well done. You do this probably for about 3 to 5 minutes. Just make sure that all your flour, all your ingredients are really well mixed in. Make sure you scrape the bottom of the bowl. Alright, and that's it. So what you're going to have is you're going to have dough that's going to kind of look like that. Alright, and what we're going to do is we're going to chill this now for about another, I'd say you could probably go about a half an hour on this. And when we come back, we're going to have both our cookies in the baking stage, and we're hopefully at the end here going to have 2 fantastic final product cookies that we're going to do our 5 horseshoe yeehaw test that we do on every show, alright? So come on back. Hey y'all, here we are. We have gotten out of the refrigerator our 2 cookie doughs. This one here is our perfect pecan dreams cookie dough, and this one here is our country candy cane cookie dough. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do one of each cookie here. We've got here 2 baking pans that I've gone ahead and put on some aluminum foil. I thought I had parchment paper, but apparently I am out of it, so I go to plan B, and you can go ahead and use the aluminum foil. That's fine. Now, for the candy canes, you're going to want to go ahead and use a greased baking pan. For the perfect pecan dreams, you want to go ahead and use an ungreased, because there's a lot more of this one's got a lot more of the butter and such. This doesn't have as many dry ingredients as that one does. That's why this kind of coats its own self when it bakes. So, alright, just got to remember that. Alright, so let's get started. We're going to go ahead and what you want to go ahead and do is just go ahead and you can either use a teaspoon or a tablespoon, or I just use the old hand method here. And what you want to do is get yourself about a tablespoon. That's about a tablespoonful there, and you're just going to roll it like a finger. Alright, you want to get it to about probably about 2 to 3 inches, and you just, if you want to get funny about it, you can just kind of match it up with your biggest finger, and that's about the size of what I do. Alright, so that's all you do. You're just going to roll it up like that, and then you're going to go ahead and put that on your cookie sheet. You can either do it long ways or sideways. I do it sideways. You can get about 3 or 4 on each one like so. Alright, that's as simple as that. Alright, obviously what you're going to want to do before this is preheat your oven to 350 degrees and get that set and ready to go too. Alright, so let's go ahead now, and we're going to get our candy cane dough. And it's the same kind of method. You get about a tablespoon, like so. Alright, that's about a tablespoon there. Alright, and you're just going to go ahead and roll this up. Again, finger size. Alright, this one you want to get about 3 inches long. Alright, you kind of get it like that. And then what you're going to do, you kind of want to shape it into a candy cane. Alright, so like so. Alright, so you see that? And you kind of just mold it through. But that's kind of what you want to end up with, is a candy cane looking cookie. Alright, and just take that and put that on your greased pan. Okay, get it, you can kind of shape and mold it when you get it on there too. Alright, like so. And you're just going to go ahead and keep staggering those on the pan as well. So we're going to go ahead and finish the pans up here. We're going to put these in the 350-degree oven. Now, our Perfect Pecan Dreams, they generally need about 12 to 15 minutes, okay? And our candy cane, our country candy cane cookies, need only about 10 minutes. Now, just want to make sure, just keep an eye on both of them until they get golden brown on top and pull them out. This one you'll pull out probably about 3 to 5 minutes before this one. But the nice thing is you can bake them both at the same time and you get 2 sets of cookies, which is great. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to finish this up, put them on our bacon things here, baking pans, and we're going to throw them in the oven. We'll be back and we're going to show you the final steps to both of these cookies. Yeah, there's one more step we got to do for each of these after they cool off. So we'll be back, all right? All right. Well, hey y'all, here we are. We have gotten our cookies out of the oven and they've been sitting here cooling a little bit. We've kept the Perfect Pecan Dreams in the oven to keep them warm for our final coating that we're going to do with these. And our country candy canes have been sitting here cooling for a while and they're ready to go for their final stages. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and work with one of our Perfect Pecan Dreams. What I have here, I've got a ½ cup of powdered sugar, and I use a pie or a cake pan. You could use a pie pan or some other kind of flat surface. All you're going to do is take your cookie and just roll it in the dough, like I'm doing here. Okay? You want it warm because you want the powdered sugar to stick to the cookie. Okay? And you just kind of dredge it on the sides and in like that. All right, real simple. And there you go. You just set it back on. You put it on a plate, whatever you want to do. I just kind of set them back on the cool tins here until I'm done, and then I go ahead and get my presentation ready for, you know, get-togethers, or if you want to store them, I put wax paper on top in like a big Tupperware container and just layer them that way. But that's how you do it. Very simple. Just roll it in some powdered sugar. We're going to come back for a final yeehaw taste test here in just a second on both these cookies, but I just want to show you how to do both of these. All right. Now, let me get these out of the way here. And for our candy canes, we're going to go ahead and we've got our buttercream and almond frosting here that we made up earlier. And you can see here I've got a package of Red Hots. These are cinnamon candies, okay? I'll show you what we're going to do with those in a minute here. So all you're going to do is take one of your cookies here. We'll take one like so. Just go ahead. I just use a butter knife, and just go ahead and frost the cookie on top. Real simple here. And you got plenty of frosting here. You're not going to go empty. So make sure you get enough on there to coat the entire top of your candy cane, like I'm doing. Okay, like so. Okay. And alright, so we got that. Now all you're going to do is take a couple of your your cinnamon candies, and just place them on top like so. Okay, like that. Oh. Well, we're getting a little bit of frosting on these because I'm kind of rushing this a little bit. Alright, you see what I'm doing there? Something like that, alright? So that's what you end up with in the end, alright? And you just go ahead, I'll just put these back in like so, and I'm just going to do the rest of these like this. So when we come back, we're going to have one of our candy canes and one of our Perfect Pecan Dreams sitting on a plate waiting for our 5 horseshoe holiday yeehaw test, alright? So let's go ahead and get done right now. Well, howdy y'all, howdy y'all, and we are back for our final holiday 5 horseshoe, our final holiday horseshoe. My cameraman's laughing at me. My final holiday 5 horseshoe yeehaw test. Woohoo! Yeah, we're having a great time here, obviously. We can see that. But beside that, we've got our 2 cookies that we're putting under the yeehaw pressure here. And that is going to be our Perfect Pecan Dreams and our country candy cane cookies. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's take a bite of each one of these and see how they turned out, alright? Alright, this looks pretty good. Now one thing about this cookie here, you want to let this set a good 2 hours or so. The frosting, probably a good idea, maybe even to put in the refrigerator, because the frosting, if it's warm, is going to be kind of moist. So you don't want to put anything on top if you're storing or stacking. You want to make sure this all sets real well. But because we're trying to rush this and get this out to y'all, it's still a little wet here. So anyway, I'm gonna give this a taste and see how this is. That's phenomenal. As you can taste, obviously you get the cinnamon red hot. You get the buttercream and almond frosting on top of this, and you get this great cookie. It's got a great texture to it. It's nice and crispy on the outside. It's got a really flaky inside. You can taste the peppermint and all the sweetness in this cookie. This is wonderful. Give this one a try. This was one of my favorites, like I said, that growing up my sister made. Now we're gonna go ahead and go for the perfect pecan dream. All right, let me see here. This is fantastic as well. I probably should have got a glass of water or milk with this, because one, you want to clear your palate between the two to get a good taste, but second of all, it's hard to talk with these kind of cookies because they got such a body to them. But anyway, that cookie's fantastic. You can definitely taste the hazelnut. You can taste the pecans, the butter. That putting the sugar on top, the powdered sugar, just kicks this up so much. I give both of my holiday cookies, the country candy cane one and the perfect pecan dream, a big holiday ho 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 yeehaw! All right, they're fantastic. You know, you got a week. Christmas is coming up. Is coming up on the weekend coming up here, and try some of these cookies. You know, they're excellent. Make them a part of your family tradition coming up. You can get the family involved. They're pretty KISS, keeping it short and simple. Fantastic. All right. All right. Well, listen, that's all the time that I have for on this episode of our holiday special of the Chuckwagon Cowboy Show. And I just want to tell y'all, just go ahead and if you want to find any information out about me, I'm on all the websites and different things out there, the social mediums. Just go ahead and put Ron Lock, RONLOCK with an E. Go ahead and put my name in Google, and you'll find me on a whole bunch of different sites and stuff. All right, or you can put the Chuckwagon Cowboy in as well too. All right. So I want to just say, from my house to yours, I wish you all a very safe and happy holiday season coming up. This is coming up this weekend. And when we come back, we're going to have ourselves a fantastic episode. We're going to kick off the new year, and we're going to have a very special surprise for y'all. All right? So until then, this is the Chuckwagon Cowboy, or Santa, saying good eating and happy trails.
Hey!